I can't believe you guys are named Bert and Erna.
That was really an accident.
Alright, let's get this video started. How's it going, everybody?
Hey.
My name's Nick. I'm playing the spinning character. We're looking at my screen here. Sharon's also here with me. She's playing Erna.
That's me.
I'm Bert.
Right there. And Rich is playing Bert. And we're playing Torchlight 2.
What's the matter, Bert? Sorry. Had to be said.
So Rich and I have both played this a bunch.
Yeah, I've finished it and gone on.
Let's whose game are we? We're in your game, Sharon, right?
Yes, you're in my game because I am
Okay.
the newbie.
So go ahead and start heading towards your quest objective, and we'll follow along.
Okay.
We'll,
It's pretty early on in the game at this point. I've probably logged about 5 or 6 hours. That was not the right way to go. And
He's going around here somewhere. It's a giant.
the
spider.
similarities to
Oh, there it
oh
is.
hello spider,
It's like
Diablo
the-
3 are obviously quite striking.
did you play the first Torchlight?
Yes, but I didn't complete it. I played a lot of it, but I didn't go all the way through.
Okay.
See, now I played the first Torchlight, but only on the Xbox, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here and make a lot of people hate me, but I think that version was better. Not necessarily because it didn't have mod support, because that's the thing that trumps this, but I think that this game lends itself better to console controls than it does to point and click.
I can see how you would prefer such a thing. I don't necessarily think that makes it better. But,
There's a lot of stuff that these games take for granted, like running over and having to click on every piece of loot. And the nice thing about the console version is you just set it up for what do I want to get, and you just run over stuff, and you automatically loot it, and you don't have to worry about it.
well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, having to run around and manually click on every single thing you see is the one thing that I think could be advanced further in this genre.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's really tough for me to separate the controls from the genre because I've played so many games in this very PC of genres at this point.
Me too.
And I've gotten to a point where I don't even think about it anymore. It's just sort of second nature.
I think the disconnect for me is I've played so many MMOs at this point that every time I get this visual look, I want to start using the WASD keys to move around. And even now, as we're playing, even though they do nothing, my hands are sitting on them.
Yeah, I find the same thing, but it just takes some time in this, and then you forget all about that. I think.
Oh, I'm not complaining. This game's still an amazing freaking game. I just kind of, because of the limitations of Xbox, this is never showing up for Xbox.
Yeah. Is it the limitations of the Xbox? Is it what they cited?
Basically, the way it works is that in order for them to release this on the Xbox, they would have to sell it in stores because the size of this prevents them from putting it on the marketplace under the current restrictions of the Xbox marketplace.
Oh,
So if they wanted to put it in stores, then they would have to sell it for $40, and they don't want it.
Right. Yeah, I actually kind of thought that they had lifted a lot of those size restrictions.
To an extent, but this is a big freaking game.
Alright, so I don't know if you noticed, but I activated a new quest, which is going to take us to Whispering Cave, and I'm not 100% sure. I know that you can toggle the map into different places on your screen,
Yeah, just keep
but if either of you have a better idea of where that may be, then...
Oh, it's actually, we're going in the complete opposite direction for...
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, hold on, that's... Oh, no, the other thing I see on my screen is still Enter the Widow's Veil. So I'm following you. I
Yeah,
don't
it
see
looks
your
like
quest
we
objective.
don't even have it. I mean, if you have the quest and it's in your list, it should show up in your mini map with
options,
that
Let me toggle
icon
to
with
the-
the little circle with
cute.
the arrows.
No, all of my quests are for a different act.
Okay, so we're gonna actually backtrack a little bit then. I apologize for that.
That's fine.
No problem.
I toggled again, like I said, you can toggle the map, and most of the time I keep the map in the top right-hand corner, but I find it kind of helpful when you're looking for things to toggle it to the main screen.
I understand what they were going for by allowing you to have several different views of the map, because when you hit the M button, you'll get the map in the middle of the screen. Hit it again, you'll get it off to the left, then again off to the right, then again it disables it. I kind of wish there was just M to disable, M to view, and M to put it in the corner. And actually, disable was even kind of sketchy as to whether or not you can do that.
I really like. I actually have the map over on the left side of the screen all the time, and I set the opacity. Yeah, I set the opacity pretty light, so I can see through it.
Oh, there we go.
Which that's how I played Diablo and the first Torchlight and all that stuff. I almost play. I navigate via the map, and I kill stuff via the main screen.
You play Doom 2 in the same manner, just play with the map on, just run around.
Well, sadly no, because they don't draw the enemies on the map, but
that's right.
when I was lost, I would totally just bring up the map, like if I had cleared out the whole level. I totally brought up the map, and I would just navigate via that.
Oops. Giant ass arrow.
Is that where we need to go? The Frosted Hills?
I don't know. I'm still not seeing a quest. I'm still seeing the same quest that we were on before.
But we finished that quest.
Two Crows Pass?
Well, we don't share the quests.
Oh, I see.
The only reason it's showing it for me is that was the one quest I think that I probably skipped here when I was playing before. So do you have a... I think this is where we are, because I think the Frosted Hills is where a bunch of quests take place.
I have a number of quests here. The one that is currently active for me is called the Lost Keys.
Okay.
Usually you can tell by, I think, isn't there a certain color coordination for the quests in this game?
Yeah,
there's either the goldish looking yellow and then everything else.
The gold ones are the story quests. The green ones are the...
yeah, those are the ones you gotta do in order to advance.
Right.
Aww.
Oh, you were killed?
Yeah, I was not paying attention, obviously.
Can we res in this game? I forget.
You can, it just costs you money. You can choose
can
how close...
Oh,
I see.
No, we can't. But when you're playing multiplayer, what you do is you just res back in town, and then you use the portal to
system to teleport directly to us.
Yeah. So it takes a little longer because you're going through 2 loading screens, but
you don't lose XP or fame.
Right.
Or money. Which fame is important in this game because of the whole extra skill points that you get from fame. That's one of the things I really like about this game. If you have someone that decides to do kind of a speed run through this game and they skip all of the boss content and a lot of the quests, they won't have as much fame by the time they get to a certain level than you might be if you decided to do everything. So you're going to have more points to allocate to different skills.
I actually never thought about, that specific... I love the whole fame system, and for people that haven't played a Torchlight, you get fame for killing named guys and sometimes for doing quests. Actually, almost every time for doing quests, I think.
Yep. Even this guy here, if you rescue him, I think he's going to give you fame.
Yep, yeah, I just got fame that popped up. And fame is like a separate XP bar, except when you level up to the next level of fame...
you get an extra skill point.
Yeah, you get an extra skill point. You don't get a whole new level of stats and everything. But extra skill points are fun, you know.
Well, they're very useful. If you if you decide not to do any of that stuff, and you just do the story quests, by the time you get to, like, let's say, let's pick my number out. By the time you get to 50, you're probably going to have a good 10 less skill points than people that did everything.
Yeah. Did you go down into the basement, Sharon?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are down there. We're up here, kind of beating up brigands.
It was unintentional. I thought it was a chest. It was actually a staircase.
That's fine.
But one of the things that I have noticed since we started this multiplayer is that we don't have to share the loot, that we each get our own loot, which is great.
Yeah, that's a new addition to this style of game, to MMOs, and to a lot of games that have multiplayer. They realize fighting over loot is stupid, so let's just give you your own damn loot.
Yeah.
and then there's no fighting.
And it's something that really bothered me about Borderlands 2.
Oh, there's fighting over loot in that game?
Yeah. The loot that drops, everyone sees it, and it's... I hated it. And for a super neurotic person like me, who, I actually end up going the other way, I never pick stuff up because I don't want to take it from my friends. You know? I want my friends to have all the stuff. And then I end up playing a loot game for, 20 hours with friends, and I don't
And
have
you
any
come out
loot.
with nothing.
Alright, I'm going to give you a little... Oh, there's a guy over here if you click on, Sharon. I'm going to have you click on him, not me, so you get whatever the XP is. This section of the game...
We all
trying
do
to
it
rescue prisoners.
separately.
Oh, we all do it separately?
Yep. If you do it,
cool.
he still has a question mark for me.
Yeah, the loot he's going to give you is going to be terrible. You might as well just get it so you can sell it. Thanks for this thing I can sell.
Actually, the really kind of crazy thing is, we all do it separately, but every time we each get the fame for it. So we get 3 times the fame out of this.
Nice. I get 420 fame, so who was thinking of that? I got it twice. Looks like you you gave me 390 fame.
Yep.
So you're not quite the
No.
radar jumper as the rest of us.
I'm
Chest wants
still
to kill
working
us.
on
Oh, there's
Whoa.
3 chests that wanted to kill us. That's the first time I've ever seen that many chests that were that angry at me. Well, I'm not gonna go there. I have to say, every once in a while you'll see random weirdness showing up in the game, and by that I mean like it'll rain poison or a meteor will drop. That's one of the skills that I love for the Ember Mage. You can level up this skill.
Who's playing? Are you the Ember Mage?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You can level up a skill that just has random effects happen as you're playing, which
Yeah.
means as you are running around and doing stuff, random weird magical effects will go off that include meteor just falls out of the sky and kills everything.
Yeah.
Or it just rains poison, or everything's on fire. It's amazing, and it's probably one of my favorite things about this class is that the fact you can skill up this skill that just makes random chaos happen.
Yeah, totally. I don't remember what that skill is actually called. I think we're done down here, right?
Yeah, I
called
just
wand something
trying to
or other.
get this question mark here.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what that skill is actually called, but I like referring to it as "fuck you, here's a meteor."
Pretty much. That's right. I remember you called it that, and I just kind of went with it. It's called Wand of Chaos.
Oh yeah,
It's the
yeah.
first thing I put a point into because I want that to happen as frequently as possible. It's not just goofy visual stuff. You actually are doing damage with those abilities.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
But I think there's like 5 or 6 different abilities that go off, and it's
Yeah.
the meteor's the one that's the best. Those the ground starts shaking. You're like, oh crap, is a monster going to kill me? No, random meteor shut up and kills the village we're fighting.
Man, I really like the art on these stills in between the loading screens.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the art in this entire game.
Period,
I think this
yeah.
game is really fantastic visually.
Yeah, this game, as I was mentioning to you guys previously, I think that if this hadn't come out the same time as a number of other fantastic games that have come out recently, I would probably be knee-deep in this game. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've been taking a slow burn to it because I know this is going to be a game that I'm going to come back to for years, just like I did with Torchlight 1. But even still, with all the other amazing stuff, I've already put almost 60 hours into this game, which is kind of nuts.
Nick, have you finished this?
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay, so I finished it as well, and the stuff that they have at the end game is kind of cool. Just random dungeons that you can spawn to then go off and do stuff, and there's objectives to them too. It's not just go in the dungeon for no reason and kill a bunch of stuff. There's objectives in the dungeons that you want to complete. They may or may not be generic, but they're still fun.
Yeah, and I really love how it's the maps have different stats on them.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, they have bonuses like
Yeah,
you
so
take damage
you can
during this one, or you do less damage, or you have bonus damage versus the skeletons in this map, or whatever.
right. So it gives the whole thing a little bit of a gambling. I mean, I guess really overall, this whole genre, all these games have you know, kind of a gambling layer to it, really.
Right. So why not have a loot-based dungeon concept?
Yeah, so they extend the actual concept of randomized loot to the dungeons themselves, which is just cool.
Alright, I believe Ernie went up this way.
Yep, I am just about to enter the Whispering Caves. I've waited for you guys to join me, because there is a quest completion down here that...
It's rather unfortunate you and I have the named characters that we do, because I can't do a very good Kurt, but I can do a very good Ernie.
That's okay, I can't do either. And it was... this is a character name that I used to use in WoW, and so it has nothing to do with
I have no idea why I
tonight.
picked this name. Now, for anyone that's viewing this, our name choices were totally random.
Yeah, it was an accident.
I don't know why I picked this character name a while ago. Oh, cool, I got a gold item.
I always pick strange female names that start with a vowel for some reason.
Just all of my female characters, for some reason, are all called Isabella of something. I don't know why, it's just another.
I have a really nerdy thing where all of my characters in RPGs, even a game like this that doesn't really have a story to speak of and has no actual role playing, I have a stable of characters that all have backstories, and some of them are from D&D campaigns I played in the past, and I'm a super cool guy.
Oh, we got an Erna down.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'm coming.
Uh-oh.
For anyone that's watching this, I believe, as we are playing on Sharon's map, Nick and I are both higher level, because I don't think either of us had a character that was around this level range. Nick is the closest. This is the only character I have that's this level, because all the rest of my characters have been goofed in some way, shape, or form, and we'll leave it at that. I don't know how to do... Oh! This is a dead-end area.
Sorry, everyone has to watch me click real fast on all my inventory. So did you guys play Diablo 3?
Yes.
I played it for about 35 seconds and said, screw this game.
Really?
Okay.
I didn't like it. Did we kill what we had to... Sorry to interrupt, but did we kill what we had to kill down here? Because I don't see where we're supposed to go.
Yep. Yep,
Okay.
there was a boss. It's dead.
Oh, Sharon, did you get whatever you had to get off this quest?
No, I died first.
Okay, well then we'll hang out down here so you can jump down here. I played Diablo 3 because a friend of mine bought it and had a code to do a trial.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really psyched because I loved Diablo 2 and actually made a bulk of my online friendships through Diablo 2, and did not like Diablo 3 at all, for a number of reasons. Some of it was because of the sliminess of the way that the game was done through the pay-to-buy stuff through Blizzard, which I wasn't a big fan of. And
Sure.
in general, the progression for that game just seemed kind of boring. And also, I don't know if the game gets better later, but that whole first act just seemed like, yeah, I did this before. I did this exact thing before. What is this?
Yeah. So I played the... I don't know, not to get into too much of a Torchlight versus Diablo debate, but I liked Diablo 3. I didn't super love it, but... and I played... The first Torchlight was actually sort of my re-entry into the genre, I guess, because I played Diablo 2 and a little bit of Diablo 1. I played Diablo 2 mostly at LAN parties. So I didn't have the super nostalgia for it. And a lot of those LAN parties actually took place like way after the game was even super new anymore. So then I went on and I played a bunch of, like all the pretty good games here and there that were all, Diablo style, like Titan's Quest. Yeah. And I liked Titan's Quest.
That was a really good game.
It was good, but I don't know what it was. I never finished it. I don't know why, but it never really grabbed me as much as it seemed it did everyone else that likes those games.
The thing about these... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, the first Torchlight, holds a really special place in my heart, because that was the first game in this whole genre where I fell in love with, and then the whole genre started to make more sense to me.
The thing about this system of game is that it needs to have... Okay, so the loot in this game is kind of the game. It's not like the loot in this game is fun. The loot in this game is the game, so the loot has to be cool. So what you're getting has to have set bonuses that seem like they matter. There has to be things going on in the game that seem like they matter, and overall, every aspect of your progression, whether it's getting the next piece of loot, or getting the next waypoint, or completing the next quest, has to pull you in and make you want to do it for this genre to really succeed. And because Titan Quest failing is that it was a little too generic. It failed in the same way that I think Dungeon Siege 2 and 3 failed, where they were kind of like Diablo 2 and Diablo 1, but they were also just kind of like a game. And so there was nothing in it that really pulled you in. Whereas in Torchlight, it was made by the makers of Diablo 1 and 2.
Right.
You get a lot of that, oh, well, this is what I liked about Diablo 1 if you were a fan of that game. And there was and the thing about Diablo 1 was that when you were done, you just pretty much did the same thing over and over again until you were bored and started a new character. But except with Torchlight, it was like they realized that was what people were doing and decided, okay, well, we're just going to make this infinite dungeon.
Yeah. And
to keep you going. If you like this stuff, you're going to keep liking this stuff.
I don't know why, but maybe through some ridiculous, weird wiring in my brain, I super loved that. And I know a lot of people complained about the fact that the first Torchlight, just like the first Diablo, was really just a series of random dungeons forever. In some ways, I actually almost prefer that to this game, even. Just because it's sort of... I mean, I do like exploring these larger outdoor areas. I don't really care to have a story in my action RPG. And the story of this game, you know, whatever. There's a big bad guy who was the... Actually, the story in this game is kind of exactly like the story of Diablo 2. Like, to the letter. Like, the hero... They randomly choose one of the classes that ends up being the hero of the first game. And he's corrupted by the evil, and then the second game is about you going to kill the hero of the first game.
Yeah, this game is a total clone of Diablo 2, to the letter of being like, you're in a forest area in the first area, you are in a desert area in the second area, and then you are in a swamp area in the last area.
Yeah.
In terms of that kind of stuff, I'm not going to even pull punches and be like, oh no, it's different because of X, Y, and Z. Like, no, they pulled a lot from those games. I think they realized that's what worked, and it's all the silliness that you put into it at that point, and all the fun you put into it at that point that makes it different. And they did differentiate it in some ways, because if you want to be really technical, the Diablo 2 was more Egyptian-based in theme when you got to Act 2, whereas Torchlight 2 is more Arabian in theme. And that may or may not be splitting hairs, but then you're also kind of genericizing whole regions of our planet, if you say.
Well, yeah. But what was my point? I had a point there. Oh well. Did you ever play the old Diablos, Sharon?
I didn't. I played Diablo 3. I might have played the first one, but it was so long ago that by the time 3 came around, it was all new to me. So,
right.
I played Diablo 3 all the way through, and part of the way through the second mode, the second tier of difficulty. Mm-hmm. My biggest complaint with that was and I'm sure anybody who followed me in any social media saw that my biggest complaint with that game was the always online.
Oh, yeah.
It hindered my playing experience so significantly.
That was part of the reason that I thought that the game felt dirty. There was too many decisions that were made in the sense of delivering you a better overall experience, and that was bullshit. It had nothing to do with it. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but there's a guy over here that will enchant stuff.
Sweet.
And usually guys you find, for anyone that hasn't played this game, which there's probably 3 of you, The enchanters you find in the field generally tend to allow you to enchant things over the maximum that you would have gotten from the town. Oh crap, give me back my armor.
Oh hey, I just got a Ember Mage glove. I don't know, it's probably going to be lower. It's level 17, so... Or no, level 14.
This is going to sound really bizarre, but it doesn't matter. The set that I'm going after, which sounds counterproductive to my class, I'm going after the Iron Lord set. Which is kind of the tank set, and the only reason is because of my level, it allows me to wear it, and also it gives me the bonuses that I am lacking in my class.
No, that makes sense.
I forgot what I was saying earlier.
You were talking about the always online being sleazy and...
Well, here's the thing. The one thing I loved about this game, and I knew I was going to love it going into it, is that I don't need to be online all the time to play this game. And I know for some people that seems really trivial, but
it's
sometimes
not.
I don't really want to be online. And the thing that really hits me, and it's the thing that sucked about the first Diablo, but Diablo 2, was that I don't know if anyone remembers Duriel, but I believe he was the boss of Act 2, and you warped into him from the dungeon you were in. And when the game first went live, there was such a giant pile of lag in between you getting to the dungeon you were already in, then fighting Duriel, that usually he killed you before you loaded in. Because he was pretty brutal as a boss. You had to kind of run away from him and attack him from afar, and if you're the wrong spec of Necromancer, you actually had no chance against him.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, he was a shit of boss. And so that really sucked. And to then introduce a game where now it's several years later, we all have better computers than we had back in those days, and technology's advanced to the point that we shouldn't have to worry about lag in our actual games we're playing. They introduced forced lag by having you have to deal with that kind of bullcrap, and I thought that was stupid. Just so that they could sell more crap on the auction house that no one really wanted in the first place.
Yeah.
Except for Chinese gold farmers. Let's be friggin' honest.
Yeah.
That shit is only there to combat aspects of the genre that Blizzard could not figure out from World of Warcraft. It's like, well, we can't figure out a way to stop them from doing this, so we might as well make a profit off of it as well.
Yeah. I mean, so that game is what it was. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't great overall, but this game is just straight up, it's
great.
It's everything you want. It's everything that anybody would want out of this genre.
Well, to quote one of the devs of this game, people asked him, so what's the difference between this and Diablo 3? His actual response was, $40.
The price point for this game was really great comparatively.
Oh, yeah.
And for the kind of game, like, there's so many aspects of it that are so similar, and if you enjoyed those, to have them for cheaper is an instant sell.
Well, not only just that, but I don't think they're going to do it. But if they produced an expansion for this game, I'd buy it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not heard any inclinations that they're going to do that, but it seems like they basically are like, we're done with this game. We'll produce content patches for it, and they have. They've introduced some new pets since this game initially went live.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. Although my bulldog named Batman is still awesome. So.
Where did you go, Sharon? We lost
Sorry,
you.
I had to come back down into the cave because I needed to pick up that gear.
Oh, I see. Okay.
In order to finish this quest, so I'm on my way back up to you guys.
Oh, we're going up. Sorry, I knew that at some point we had to go down.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. Just there because we can't see your.
My dot.
Right. We can't. Well, no, we can see you. We just can't see your quest indicator.
Mm-hmm.
And because we can't see your quest indicator, there's Because I've done this area before, I know at some point we had to go down to this area down below that's full of goblins.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that's where everyone went.
Yeah, no, I just had to go back. I had to backtrack, pick up some gear. I'm going to hand it in, and then we'll be off to the races.
There you are.
Yep.
Hi.
I just sent Batman to town to sell all my stuff for me.
Yeah, that, what a great feature that is.
Here, go to town, sell all this garbage, and pick me up some potions, because that's all I really want to do in town, and I don't have to waste time doing it. So you go do it.
Yep.
And when you come back, help me beat the shit out of this stuff.
So the I wanted to mention we're running short on time here for this video, I think.
Oh,
but
dear.
I wanted to mention, yeah, that went by quick.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I actually wanted to mention something that you were talking about before, Rich, and that this game is a lot about the loot, but I actually genuinely think that, and again, maybe this is just because this control scheme is second nature to me, and I can't be critical about that so much anymore, but I genuinely love the combat in this game and in the first Torchlight, and actually in Diablo 3 as well. There were some really great, just the physicality of it. Like the way some characters, like I've got this sweet like flip dodge move I can do, which I kind of forget about all the time. Or on my Berserker, I've got a sweet charge. You charge right into the middle of battle and then yell at everything, and it freaks everything out. And I don't know, like just hitting the buttons with the perfect timing. There's a good action component to these games.
Oh yeah, I've got an engineer that's he's a sword and shield guy. Well, he's weapon and shield. I don't think it actually matters what he's holding. But the one thing I don't think that this game kind of tells you up front, and the one thing if anyone watching this is going to pull anything away from this quick look, is when you're designing your character for this game, you kind of need to sit down a little bit ahead of time. And this isn't being nerdy, but you need to figure out which spell or which skill it is you think is going to be the most useful to you, and then just focus on that. If it's something that's a little bit more advanced and ahead of your class, then focus on passives until you get to it. Because you get so many benefits for going after those things in the game and maxing out that specific skill, than kind of going scattershot and getting like 15 different skills that you can't really hotbar very well.
Right.
That it's really kind of the crux of this game. Don't diversify to the point that you are a jack of nothing, because you really need to specify, especially when you get into Act 3, where the bosses get a lot harder and the monsters in general get a lot tougher.
Yeah.
Having said that, though, too, there is an option for you to respec.
Wait,
which
is it new? Because the option they have currently for respec is bad.
is it?
Well, the one
I
I
haven't
haven't
used
played this
it
in a
yet.
couple months.
I haven't used it yet, but there is a place in the main town where you can go to an NPC and just respec your skill points.
After
Unless they've changed it since I've stopped. I haven't played this game a lot in the last couple of months.
They didn't.
Other games.
They didn't change.
Okay. Well,
So
then
it's
the
the
way
same?
that it works, it's the same. So what it boils down to is that you can only respec the last 3 things you slotted into. So if you decided I'm going to spec this skill out, and you put like 5 or 6 points into it, and you realized about like level 20 that that skill kind of sucks, you're kind of boned and you're stuck with that skill.
Right.
Well, it's actually after a certain level, up to I think it's level 20, maybe it's 15 or something. You actually can respec your entire character. You can refund.
New? Because when I first started playing this, it was literally only the last 3 skills you did, regardless of what you're doing.
Nope, that was there the whole time. It's the last 3 skills after a certain level.
No.
Yeah.
I've had the
I'll have to
option.
go back and redo it. It's the reason why that when I first got this game and I realized I screwed up my character, that I used the console commands to give the person the ability to respec everything, and then made that character unable to group with people online.
Well, that level is like really low. It's like level 5 or something, I think. I don't think it's level 20.
Well, anyway, there's
under 10.
What it basically boils down to is that you do not want to kind of go all over the place with your character. You really do want to figure out what it is you want to do and then focus on that. Don't kind of do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, because the main reason is that because you're playing a game where ability number 1 is tied to your left mouse button. Ability number 2 is tied to your right mouse button, and everything else is on hotkeys. You don't really want to rely on your hotkeys as much, for me anyway, as much as you're able to in this game. And you also don't want to be level 50 and have a bunch of level 2 skills and everything.
That was more true for the first one, but this one actually has fully remappable keys for everything, which is awesome. And that means that I actually remapped a couple of my keys. I have a, not everyone has a super fancy, crazy expensive mouse like I have, but my mouse has a bunch of extra buttons on it, so I can put a bunch of those other things that you're right, normally would never have used, and didn't use very much in Torchlight 1, but you can remap them and put them on more accessible keys, in which case you can have other abilities that you can use more often, but you are right, overall, because of their weirdly restrictive respec, you don't want to diversify a ton.
Alright, not to interrupt you, but we all have a key now, right?
Yep.
I know where the chest is. It's all the way to the very far north from where we're currently at, so we're all the way up there, because the chests always have lots of good shit in them.
Sweet.
And so, with that being said, if you've got a really high-end gaming mouse, then you can kind of have a little bit more leeway, but if you're using your standard mouse that comes with your computer, you might want to rethink what you're doing. You can
also, I've seen people
bind everything to like the 1 and 2 keys, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and everything else like that, because the game automatically already does that. But there's something about playing this game and then using those buttons to key off your primary attacks that always seemed odd to me.
No, you're absolutely right, and it is weird. And I would actually suggest that if you don't have a fancy mouse with extra buttons, to actually just remap the 1 through 9 keys. Yeah, 1 through 0 keys to like QWERASDF, so that you have all of them right there. And I've seen a lot of people in the both Steam and the official forums that do exactly that.
Right, and I can totally understand where that's coming from. But from a gameplay perspective, I would also suggest, again, picking the skill set you think is going to be the most useful to you, and then just devoting most of your time to that, because the amount of... Oh, cool. Let's end the game off with this. There's a portal beast down here somewhere.
Oh, nice!
I saw him, but I'm not sure how to get to him, so hold on a second. Oh, he's down here. I won't kill him yet, so everyone can see him.
I love the portal
I'm
beasts.
on my way.
So, if anyone's not sure what they are, portal beasts are these weird little monsters in the game. They're translucent versions of a common monster that's in the game. When you kill them, they spawn a portal, and when you go there, it's kind of like almost like a weird mission-based thing you have to do in that portal, and it's different every time you show up.
Some of them are almost like mini-games, even.
Yeah, I think you and I went to one where we had to wait for these things to rise, and we had to protect them. It was almost like a tower defense game for a little bit.
There's another one where you have to, poison spider eggs.
Yes, I did that one.
We got to search for a power source in this one.
Oh, wait. No, I think this is the same one that Is this the same one we did last time? Protect the crystals?
Oh, God, this one sucks. This one is just terrible. Split up if you can, because here's the problem with this. You can blow these things up.
Yeah.
You can actually blow up the crystals, and I did that the first time because I didn't realize what I was supposed to be doing, and because it's very easy as a AoE mage to accidentally blow up the crystal when everyone's focused around it to kill it.
Right.
Ooh, I'm a liability. I'm sorry. Oh God, this guy's spawning these things all over the place. Oh, we got a couple of these guys.
When this game is in full tilt, just the ridiculous carnage on the screen is just so rad. So many colors and shit just exploding everywhere.
I think we got it, didn't we?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
Sorry,
so just before we end it, Nick and I at one point had one where there was 3 islands we had to defend, and we had to defend these little pylons that were raising out of the ground.
Oh, yeah.
That one was that was my favorite one, I think. Oh god, there was chests at every single one of these crystals, and every single one that we defended spawned a new chest. That's pretty awesome.
I just got 2 gold items out of this.
Nice.
I wasn't quite that lucky, but I also, whatever I would have got out of here, I probably would have tried to give to you guys, because I don't think any of it would have been as useful to this character.
Are you already out, Sharon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm hanging out with Batman here by some crystals.
Okay, well, I think that's a good look at Torchlight 2. Easily one of my favorite games of this year.
Mm-hmm.
I love the shit out of this game.
To me, it's duking it out right now with Guild Wars, and I know I have not played Guild Wars anywhere near as much as I've played Torchlight, but the amount of things they got right in there is amazing to me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that I had it in the backlog, because I wouldn't have played anything else if I had started this. And so now that I don't have anything else on the docket, this is good.
Yep.
Yeah, this is actually a really amazing game. I'm really glad they got it out. It would have been nice if they had gotten this out before Diablo, because it would have been amusing to see the split. I guess it would have been a disservice to Torchlight if it came out around the same time as Diablo, because obviously more people would have paid for Diablo and then went back to Torchlight afterwards. But I still think this is the better game, even though I haven't played Diablo that much. Just that because of what I did play of it, plus the comments I saw of it, plus the amount of people I've seen since Diablo was released that have now abandoned it, at least in my friend circles.
Yeah, I played Diablo all the way through, and I played a lot of other action RPGs over the years, and I still think this is easily one of the best ones ever made.
Alright, Nick, your character does the Russian dance. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, we both do.
Oh, really? I do the James Brown dance.
Oh wait, no, there's the Elaine Bennis dance. Yep.
Yeah. I guess we all have the same ones.
What's funny to me, because they've reused that. That was actually in Guild Wars 1. That was what the female... Oh no, the male Ember Mage did that. Or was it just the Ember Mage? I'm not sure if Guild Wars 1 cared about what your gender was for your dancing.
Yeah, I don't know either. But also, Sharon, our kitty cats are exactly the same except for different sizes.
Aw. Mine is Peter Panther.
Oh, nice. Mine is Buddy, after my gray cat in real life named Buddy.
Yay!
I have a bulldog. I have a bulldog, and his name is Batman.
That's the best name for a bulldog.
Yeah, because all the enemies just run away because he's Batman.
Alright, well that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Have a good evening, or
Bye-bye.
whatever it was you were watching this. Bye.